Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to learn about Klumpke's paralysis. It is the injury of lower trunk of brachial plexus causing paralysis of hand muscles. It is injury to lower trunk of brachial plexus. C8 T1 nerve roots they join to form lower trunk of brachial plexus. Injury to lower trunk of brachial plexus produces Klumpke's paralysis. Site of injury lower trunk of brachial plexus. Nerve roots involved C8 and T1. Mainly T1 is involved, partly C8 is involved. Cause of injury increase in angle between trunk and shoulder due to undue abduction of the arm, due to hyperabduction of the arm. It occurs in cases of clutching something with hands after fall from a height, or in case of pulling of arm or hand to take out the baby during childbirth. You can see here there is increase in angle between trunk and shoulder. There is hyperabduction of the arm. It occurs in case of clutching something with hand after fall from a height. It may also occur in case of overpull of arm or hand to take out the baby during childbirth. The person falling from a height, if he catches something, it leads to hyperabduction of the arm, increase in angle between trunk and shoulder. In case of overpull of the arm or the hand, there is increase in angle between trunk and shoulder. So there is increase in angle between trunk and shoulder. It occurs due to undue abduction of the arm. Occurs in case of clutching something with the hands after a fall from a height, or in case of pulling of arm or hand to take out the baby during childbirth. Clinical features due to paralysis of intrinsic muscles of hand, it results in claw hand deformity. This is claw hand deformity. In claw hand, there is hyperextension at metacarpophalangeal joints and flexion at interphalangeal joints. This is metacarpal, proximal phalanx, middle phalanx, distal phalanx. At the metacarpophalangeal junction, there is hyperextension. At the interphalangeal joints, between phalanges, interphalangeal joints. At the interphalangeal joints, there is flexion. At metacarpophalangeal joint, there is hyperextension. At interphalangeal joints, there is flexion. Hyperextension at metacarpophalangeal joints, flexion at interphalangeal joints. Due to injury to T1 fibers, there is loss of sensation along the medial border of forearm and hand. Due to injury to sympathetic T1 fibers, patient presents with Horner syndrome. It includes ptosis, meiosis, anhidrosis, and ophthalmos. Ptosis is drooping of upper eyelid. There is drooping of upper eyelid. Meiosis, constriction of pupil. Anhidrosis, there is decreased production of sweat or there is no sweat production. And ophthalmos, inward displacement of the eyeball. This is normal eye, this is affected eye. You can see that there is drooping of upper eyelid, ptosis. And if you compare the size of pupil, the pupil is small in size here, it is constricted. Meiosis, constriction of pupil. Anhidrosis, decreased production of sweat or there is no sweat production. Anophthalmos, there is inward displacement of the eyeball. Let us revise Klumpke's paralysis. It is the injury of lower trunk of brachial plexus leading to paralysis of hand muscles. Nerve roots involved C8 T1. Mainly T1 is involved, partly C8 is involved. Cause of injury undue abduction of the arm. There is increase in angle between trunk and shoulder. It may occur in case of clutching something with the hand after falling from a height, or due to overpull of arm or hand to take out the baby during childbirth. Due to paralysis of intrinsic muscles of hand, it leads to claw hand deformity. Due to injury to T1 fibers, there is loss of sensation along the medial border of forearm and hand. Injury to T1 sympathetic fibers leads to Horner syndrome. Now let's compare Erb's paralysis and Klumpke's paralysis. In Erb's paralysis, there is injury to upper trunk of the brachial plexus. In Klumpke's paralysis, there is injury to lower trunk of brachial plexus. In Erb's paralysis, there is increase in angle between head and shoulder. In Klumpke's paralysis, there is increase in angle between trunk and shoulder. Erb's paralysis occurs in case of fall from height and landing on the shoulder, traction of arm during the birth of a child. Clump case paralysis occurs in case of clutching something with the hand after fall from a height and over pull of arm or hand to take out the baby during childbirth. In clump case paralysis, patient presents with adduction and medial rotation of the arm, extension at the elbow joint, pronation of forearm, loss of sensation over the outer aspect of the arm. In clump case paralysis, patient presents with claw hand, loss of sensation along the medial border of forearm and hand, and Horner syndrome.